Edmonton is growing. It is developing at a rate that hasn't been seen in decades and on a scale that the city has never seen before. With shining glass towers reflecting the morning sun, a giant chrome dome at their bases, beckoning to the wealthy like a lighthouse in a storm, downtown Edmonton gives off an aura of sophistication and a sense of the future. It is home to a large part of Edmonton's richest population, with towering luxury condominiums seemingly on every corner. Yet, no more than 1 kilometer away, across one street and over the tracks, lay a part of Edmonton that is hidden from view. A dark underbelly that no one wants to talk about. Perhaps 200 meters from the glittering admonishments of Edmonton's Ice District, the streets begin to take on a much different character. The sounds of sirens and the wails of the mentally ill fill the skies. This is the very southern edge of Chinatown, where a pedestrian will immediately notice that the homeless wander the streets of this neighborhood in vastly greater numbers than commuters or shoppers simply visiting the neighborhood. It is undeniably the land of the homeless. Deliberate or not, the plan of downtown Edmonton, as it continues to develop, has worked to sequester Chinatown from really being a part of the downtown core. It appears that the city planners were careful not to build, say, a museum actually within the area where the homeless population spends their days, but simply by having it built a single city block north of the Hope Mission Shelter, patrons of the museum will likely not have to interact with a homeless person. This is a tragedy. The city of Edmonton has a homeless problem. By quarantining the population and sequestering the wealth and development of downtown, Edmontonians are able, far too easily, to forget that there are hundreds of people mere blocks away that are hungry, cold, and sick, yet it seems to bother no one. I can't help but think of Ursula K. Le Guin's The Ones Who Walk Away from O'Mellas, where the perfection of the utopian city is predicated on the suffering of a small, feeble child. All the citizens know about the child, imprisoned in the darkness, dulled by a life of isolation. Some will even visit it, just to understand that it is truly there. The child's suffering is hidden from view, yet everyone knows it exists, and it continues to suffer. The citizens of O'Mellas know that for their perfect city to continue being perfect, that child must continue to suffer alone, in the dark, and hidden away from the parades and celebrations taking place in the city. I have interviewed several homeless people over the course of this project. I've asked them intimate details about their personal lives and their lives on the street. As unique as anyone else, these men opened my eyes to what it is actually like to experience homelessness in Edmonton. But there was a unifying feature across all the stories that I heard. They feel as if no one cares. They feel ignored. They feel abandoned. And because of this social isolation, they feel utterly hopeless. We have built a city that feeds on the social isolation of the homeless population, out of sight, out of mind. But this is no way to continue. The powers that be must be made to understand that the homeless population should not be hidden away from the citizens, and we must be made to see the consequences of our individualist ways, the true cost of luxury condominiums and premier sporting facilities, and perhaps more of us will choose to walk away from O'Mellas.